not all Pokemon will be in Sword and Shield. Mario Maker 2's multiplayer is saved, and some guy got denied by Nintendo for his mobile game, and he's upset. Okay, you know what? First off, you get me with the Dynamaxing. You know what? You're like, oh look, we'll just blow the Pokemon up, and they're huge now. There's nothing creative about that. We just got rid of Mega Evolutions, and you know, there's a whole rant I did about that. A lot of you agree with me. You're like, yeah, come on, what are you doing? We have the Z moves and everything. It's always something weird, new, gimmicky thing with every generation. But anyways, we're gonna go beyond that this time. Dynamaxing aside, the game looked pretty damn good, in my opinion. I liked everything else I saw about it for the most part. I was like, whoa, this is pretty, I'm really getting psyched for this. And then this bit of news came out. This just rocked my world. Apparently, not every single Pokemon is gonna be available in Sword and Shield. And I know you're like, Shane, that's how it always is. You play through the game, then you unlock the national decks, and then you can transfer over Pokemon from other generations. Nope, that's not what I mean. I mean, literally there are going to be Pokemon excluded from the code. You cannot transfer them over from other generations, other apps, other games, etc., etc. They are just not going to be in the game at all. They're not programmed into the game. And their excuse for it is, we're lazy. we don't feel like doing it. Sorry. Literally, that's their excuse. I see a lot of websites that are kind of being like, I see where they're coming from. It makes sense. There's over 800 now. They're adding more new ones. That's a lot of coding to do. I'm like, we just did that shit for Sun and Moon, right? We just did the over 800 for them. Like, it can't be that much work to just up-res the graphics. The damn shit looks almost like a 3DS game anyways. Just up-res the graphics and move the stuff over you already did anyways. Like it's a balancing issue, you know? We gotta make sure it's balanced. Like, no, you just don't feel like doing it. You wanna get this game out as soon as possible, Game Freak. I know that's what you're doing. You're like, we need to get this shit out there. They were so pissed at us with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the hardcore fans. We need to show them what we got. And if that means sacrificing a few pokes in the meantime, let's do it. Which is a really, really bad look in my opinion. A lot of fans are really, really upset. I'm upset too. It's just like incomplete without every Pokemon available. Like, gotta catch them all. What happened to gotta catch them all? The slogan of this is gonna be, you can't catch them all. That's what it is. Like, try as you might, you can't do it. Can't catch them all. So it's like, that sucks, all right? This is the first Pokemon game where they're excluding other generations, or they're excluding specific Pokemon, I should say. They're the first Pokemon game where they said that, oh, well, we figured we'd have to do it at some point, right? Well, then stop fucking making new Pokemon. You have enough. Like you said, there's already over 800, you're adding more. That's enough. You can make all kinds of other wacky adventure fun games with that, or just don't add as many every time. Just add like, if you wouldn't get yourself into this mess, if you add like 20 each time, right? We'd be up to like 300 tops, so why? This just sucks. This was just terrible news. I was just like, oh, come on, man. Are you serious? Really? It's just so lazy. It's like, this is Pokemon. This is like the biggest video game franchise in the world. Wow. It deserves love and care, okay? It deserves all the Pokemon. It deserves you to take years of time, really just make this thing top notch. That's what it deserves. It doesn't deserve like your half-assed attention. Like, well, it's our B team. Our B team works on Pokemon. We're over here working on other stuff. We want to get away from Pokemon. We hate being known as the Pokemon developers. That sucks. That's what it looks like. You're just like, oh man, Pokemon, just make the new one. I don't care. It's like how it looks like how Game Freak's handling this. It's like just terrible. And fans are calling for them to postpone the game and be like, no, add all the Pokemon. We'll wait. We'll wait, you go ahead and add them. Wait, postpone the game, we'll wait. And they're like, nope, not doing it. Getting that holiday money. You motherfuckers. Game Freak, are you kidding me with this stuff? It's trending on the internet. Bring back national decks. I guess on Twitter or somewhere I just saw there was trending online. Bring back national decks is trending, and I'm right there with you. We need the national decks. You need all the Pokemon. That's fun, that's awesome, that's interesting. Not like, oh, well, they just randomly, what if Politoed's left out? That's my favorite Pokemon. And that's there's a good chance of this, because no one gives a shit about Politoed. There's no goddamn Politoed merch. No one cares. There's a good chance he's left out. And then what if that's the case? I'm just like, oh, well, there goes my favorite Pokemon. All right, someone's favorite Pokemon. A lot of people's favorite Pokemon are going to get left out, I'm sure. But, maybe it'll be like some random ass shit, but who knows? But Pokemon are going to get left out. A lot of people are going to be upset. People are currently upset. People that don't know that are just going to buy the game casually and be like, wait a minute, where's my Pock? It's gone. Game Freak said you're not cool enough, or you're not good enough. And making everything more balanced, I do get it. There's a lot of stuff that goes in there. But like I said earlier, Sun and Moon, we just had it. you only got to add in a few hundred, like not a few hundred, a few dozen more Pokemon, and then meld them in with this already structured situation you have over here, and then you're set. It can't be that much work, right? It can't be that much more work, at least, to add all the Pokemon in. This is just big bummer. Big bummer, Game Freak. Why would you do this? You've highly upset me on my day off of all days. So, shit, there's a bug. Maybe that was a Pokemon. Maybe that was, I was metaphorically Game Freak, and that was the Pokemon that we're not letting in. Bye-bye. But, you know, what can you do? Maybe after everyone cries and complains and whines and just, you know, they at Game Freak every day, they email them, they go, Game Freak, give us all our Pokemon. We need them. You know we do. Maybe they'll be like, oh, you know what, we'll update it. We'll slowly update it. We'll add in, like, whatever, like 10 more every month or so until we finally get it. I mean, come on. There's something you can do here. You may not want to delay the game, but you could do post-launch updates where you're like, you know what? Politoed's available now, finally. Go transfer over from your Pokemon Go app and go wild. I hope something like that happens. We can't just have a Pokemon game where, like, this is the first one where all the Pokemon are not there. They're not there the first time. Haha. Buy it. It's going to be great. That just can't be the case, right? Come on, Game Freak. You're better than this. You better be better than this, at least. Jesus Christ. It's just like, it just shows how much waning interest they have in Pokemon. They're just like, God, this sucks. But anyways, let's pray. Let's pray that this gets better. Everyone go yell at Game Freak. Let them know that you want your Pokemons. Email them, do whatever, Twitter at them, you know, etc., etc. What are you gonna do? And maybe they'll do some post-launch updates. They can do it. They might be too lazy to. Who knows? We'll see. But where some whining and complaining really did work, came in clutch for the win, was Mario Maker 2. Originally they said you couldn't have the random online multiplayer, or you couldn't do multiplayer online with your friends because of leaderboards. They're like, you're gonna work the leaderboards. You're gonna get your friend Johnny up to the top. We can't have Johnny be a number one when you let him do it. On Mario Maker 2 leaderboards, like anybody gives a fuck, anyways. But everyone was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, Nintendo?" So many videos were like, "Wow, Nintendo, you really dicked Mario Maker 2. You were nailing it. You knocked it out of the park, and then you just look like a fucking idiot because you tripped running into first base." That's what happened because they dicked the online. But then you know what? Nintendo said, "Fuck, fine." So they caved, and they gave us our online multiplayer with our friends. So that's great. And maybe they figured out a way where you can't fudge the leaderboards. Or maybe they said, you know what? Who cares? They're right. No one cares about Mario Maker 2 leaderboards because nobody does, Nintendo. Grow up. But that is great news. That's great news. Mario Maker 2 is fucking gonna be a solid 10 out of 10 experience. Now, any problems with it, they're gonna want to make this thing a platinum seller, which it will be. So they're gonna work anything that's going wrong with Mario Maker 2. They're gonna be on the scene fixing it. Clearly, is what they did here. They announced this at E3. They're like, guys, we got it. We heard you. Okay, you know what? We're fixing it. Sorry. Thank you, Nintendo, for doing that. Now, if you could just go over to Game Freak's house, knock on the door, and hey, Game Freak, there's a lot of pissed off people out here. You better fix your shit. And this is super random. I thought this was fucking funny. I don't know what this guy's thinking. And you guys are gonna attack me in the comments, like, dude, that's AshBaker's dream. It's to be published on the eShop. Do not roast him. Sorry, I got it. There's a guy named AshBaker. I don't know if that's his development name or like just his name. I saw AshBaker one word, so you know, whatever. But he got denied by Nintendo. He wanted to put his game on the eShop for sale. He was having trouble with his iOS version. I didn't see specifically what the trouble was, but it's like, okay, you're having trouble with the iOS version, which iOS you're allowed to put literal human shit on iOS and sell it. You're allowed to just put anything at all. I could go make an app in like 10 minutes and put it, and then I also be like, yep, green light, you're up. So much copyright infringement on there, so much just absolute pure garbage on iOS and Android shops. But for some reason he was having trouble over there. I don't know what the trouble was. Was no one buying it? The game that he tried to get on the eShop was called Spike Blade, and it looked like fucking trash. It looked so garbage, and he's like, but I'm dreaming of being a developer. Even if I make trash, I should be allowed on the Nintendo eShop, right? Dreams do come true. You gotta come better than Spike Blade. I didn't see any gameplay, but the screenshots looked absolutely horrendous. I was like, this is right at home at iOS. Go back to the drawing board, get it together, and get on iOS. You're never getting on Switch with this. Who wants this? Nobody. It would be free on the Switch. You're gonna lose money. All right? Jesus Christ, AshBaker. Get it together. He was upset that he got a cut and paste response from Nintendo, from the independent independent games sector of Nintendo. They're like, sorry, at this time we're not going to be accepting your game, but be on the lookout for future developments and blah, 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 you know, that type of response. And he was like, I mean, why would they do this? Why would they give me the cut? Why can't they even give me a personalized message for my spike blade, sorry. It's fucking garbage. That's why. They don't have time to be like, you know what? We played Spike Blade, and I gotta tell you, it didn't cut the mustard. What do you want them to tell you? What do you want them to tell you, like, it's not good enough? That's gonna be even worse for you, all right? You're lucky you got the cut and paste response. If it was me working there, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Do you see the shit we already put on there? We can't be putting yours on there. God! That's what I would do, but anyways. He thinks that it's because he had no publisher. Maybe. Do you ever? Right. He's like, publishers are seen as like, you know, having a they got a backing to them. Like, it seems like it's trustworthy if it's got a publisher. I'm like, yeah, like, why are you questioning? Like, this is clear. You know why you didn't get on. Why? He said there's no publisher. That's why he didn't get on. He has no other games to show. This is his first game, and he's having problems on iOS. These are some of the things that he put out there that he was like, you know, maybe there's a reason why they didn't accept me. And I'm like, yeah, I think those are 100% definitely, yeah, that's it. You nailed it. You made a shit-ass game that looks like it took no effort at all to make, looks like pure garbage, and no one would buy it. Why would Nintendo waste space on the eShop? They already put some garbage on there. This is like bottom tier, just the worst thing that could be on the eShop. And you're just like surprised it didn't get on there? Like, Nintendo should just put everybody on there. Anybody who develops it. You know how flooded the eShop would be if they took games like yours? Do you have any idea? If that's literally just being like, you know what, let's just dump the iOS shop, the Apple shop, onto the Switch. Just dump it on there. Let people sort through the garbage. You're like, just in a sewer, just like going through just pure human feces. Like, where's the good games? I don't see them. That's what you want? Is that what you want, AshBaker? No. Keep it in iOS. Build up a reputation there. Make some good games. Put some effort into it. Not Spike Blade. This'll be your first little endearing title. Like, oh, I remember when I made Spike Blade. I tried to get it on the eShop and they didn't let me. But now here I am with my awesome indie game that makes millions. Maybe that could be you someday. But Spike Blade, obviously, is not getting on the eShop. I don't know what you were thinking. Why you got to make a YouTube video like, we're having trouble, guys. We're not getting on the eShop. I just thought this was outrageous. I was like, why is this even being a thing that people are talking about? Like, they didn't let Spike Blade on the eShop. Well, this is fucked. Like, who cares? First of all, who cares? Second of all, obviously they didn't. Obviously. And maybe you'll see this video. You know what I mean? I've had indie developers comment on my stuff before and I roasted indie games. And maybe we'll. You know what, AshBaker? If you're upset by it, all I gotta say is grow up. Grow up, Ash! If you want to be like this, badass on screen, right here. Head over to merch store, FUgameCrue.BigCartel.com. We got shirts, we got mugs, we got all that fun stuff. A few people bought shirts recently. Please send us pictures when you get your shirts. We would greatly appreciate that. Put you on the feed just like this, or send me a little video. I'll put a little video up there too if you want. Whatever you want. But if you want to support the channel but you don't want to buy merch, we got a Patreon. Patreon.com/FUgameCrue. Thanks to the new patrons we got recently as well. We're going to make a new updated installate sometime soon. Thank you a lot. All you guys, you're amazing. Links for everything in the description below. Patreon, our store, my personal channel, skate channel, all that fun stuff. I'll see ya later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
Why am I upside